I'm alive. Yeah. When you call on me, when I hear you breathe, I get wings to fly. I feel that I'm alive. When you look at me, I can touch the sky. I know that I'm alive. When you bless the day, I just drift away. All my worries die. I'm glad that I'm alive. You've set my heart on fire, filled me with love, made me a woman on clouds above. I couldn't get much higher. My spirit takes flight, 'cause I am alive. Oh, when you call on me, when I hear you breathe, I get wings to fly. I feel that I'm alive. I am alive. When you reach for me, grace and spirit side. God knows that I'll be the one standing by through good and through trying times. And it's only begun. I can't wait for the rest of my life. When you call on me, when you call on me, when you reach for me, I get wings to fly. I feel that when you bless the day, you bless the day. I just drift away. All my worries die. I know that I'm alive. Yeah. I get wings to fly. God knows that I'm alive.
Welcome to my Australian adventure. You know, one of the things that struck me during the Red Bus tour of Sydney is how the people are the same as in London. Take, for example, the coach driver who occasionally chips in with his complimentary vocal guide.
Here is it, an excellent spot for taking pictures of the Opera House in the Harbour Bridge and the Fort Denison, which is on your land.
Yep, would you believe it?
These
A Chinese accent.
That's a large stone. There's a big carved rapture on your right. They say, sit in the chair, make a wish, and your wish will come true.
They get
So
everywhere.
they say.
But he was funny too.
Number 11 is the next stop, the Art Gallery of New South Wales. Open to the public until 5 p.m. daily, 7 days a week, with shop and restaurant. Admission is free. And the best things in life are free. I mean, some of the best things in life. And on the left-hand side is the Woolloomooloo Bay, one of Sydney's major naval bases on the land. Woolloomooloo is an Aboriginal term meaning small red kangaroo, and spells double means the loop. And we'll pass through this underboy Charlton Pool, an Olympic-sized public swimming pool.
Down to your left is the Andrew Boy Charlton Pool, named after Andrew Boy Charlton, an Australian swimming legend in the 1920s. During the Olympic Games in 1924, in the 400 metres event, Charlton came up against America's Johnny Weissmuller, later to become the most famous of all the Hollywood Tarzans.
And those are the boat and yacht on your left-hand side. Which of those boat or yacht is yours on your land? Of course, the biggest one, they say.
Here you can see all 27 destinations on the tour, including the Harbour Bridge, the Opera House, the Botanic Gardens, Woolloomooloo Bay, which you just had a glimpse at, and the King's Cross area. Oh, and not forgetting the famous Sydney Fish Market. That was fantastic. This was the route we took on the bus. I'll come back to that a little later on in the programme. My first weekend in Sydney was the Easter celebration, and of course it was party time. So Alison, Debbie and I took ourselves off to join the festivities. The first port of call was Doonside Station to the Olympic Park station, and then a short walk from there. After a cup of ice-cold cappuccino, we headed off to the NAB Arena. I'll let the compere of the show take over from here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bruce Robson.
Now, folks, I will just tell you before we start this next act, there was quite a bit of rain last night and this morning, which means we need to clean up the track in a moment. First of all, though, here's the question. Would you like to see some freestyle motocross? Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to bring 6 of the country's best out onto the NAB Arena, and we are going to give you some freestyle motocross. But because of the rain last night, the grass is a little bit wet, the ramps get a little bit wet, so we're going to let the guys decide how safe it is to jump. Please don't be disappointed if the guys cannot jump in this wet, but they're going to come out here and give their best. You might want to give them a little bit of encouragement. So Sydney, would you like to see these guys risk their lives for your entertainment? That's enough for me. Coming out from the tunnel, 6 riders, 3 down the left, 3 down the right. The 3 on the right-hand side, Lee Anderson, Lee Harriman, and Robbie Adelberg. The 3 down the other way, Steve Minnie, and Robbie Marshall. They're going to separate them, send them to 2 different ranks, and then these guys are going to put on a show for you.
Well, that was some of the activities going on inside the NAB Arena. We'll come back to that a little later on. Of course, there were other activities going on outside the arena, as you can see. In fact, there was a whole myriad of stuff going on. Along the way, we took a few breaks just to catch up with all that's happening around us, including a little bit of self-indulging.
Let's have a look, Debbie. What you got? What you got?
Right, don't break this spoon. Just let
There's a plastic
ice cream
spoon.
melter be. That is a nice vanilla ice cream. I give him that.
And then what?
It's just get me having a cheap lolly.
A cheap lolly.
And me hat.
And your hat.
Lovely.
Lovely, jubbly. Hey, what flavour is it?
Well, hang on.
It's not pine lime.
It's sort of
Orange.
frosty, fruity orange.
What is it?
It's tropical.
Oh, tropical fruit. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's got passion fruit. I can see passion fruit.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, lovely.
I've got it the right way round, haven't I?
You have, yes, you have. 40% pure juice, I think it says. That'll be healthy. That'll do your system very good.
A lot of sugar in it.
Oh,
It's only one lolly.
okay. You'll survive.
Stop the river as it rushes to the sea.
You can try to stop the hands of time, but you know it just can't be.
And if they try to stop us, seaweed, I'll call the NAACP. 'Cause the world keeps spinning round and round, and my heart keeping time to the speed of sound. I heard there's wrongs and I found my way. 'Cause you can't stop the beat. Ever since we first saw the light, a man and woman like to shake it on a Saturday night. So I'm gonna shake and shimmy it with all of my might today. 'Cause you can't stop the motion of the ocean or the rain from above. You can try to stop the paradise we're dreaming of, but you cannot stop the rhythm of two hearts in love to stay. 'Cause you can't stop the beat.
You can't stop my happiness, 'cause I like the way I am. And you just can't stop my knife and fork when I see a Christmas ham. So if you don't like the way I look, well, I just don't give a damn. 'Cause the world keeps spinning round and round, and my heart's keeping time to the speed of sound. I was lost till I heard those drums, till I found my way. 'Cause you can't stop the beat. Ever since this old world began, a woman found that if she shook it, she could shake up a man. And so I'm gonna shake and shimmy it the best that I can today. 'Cause you can't stop the motion of the
Well, it's Sydney's Easter Parade 2008, and that was some of the participants taking part in the celebrations this year. Now, did you notice the couple dressed up in what looked like Batman and Robin? Well, in fact, it was actually Danger Man and Danger Woman, and this is what they did in the NAB Arena. Now, I can tell you that Danger Woman is one fit Sheila, but I don't know what Danger Man was all about, because all he did was sit on his bike on that bit of string. Jeez.
Sydney high above the Navarina, and not even a reciprocating chromosome between them and the grass below. Make some noise for Danger Man and Danger Woman.
Superb.
My life is brilliant. My love is pure. I saw an angel, of that I'm sure. She smiled at me on the subway. She was with another man, but I won't lose no sleep on that, 'cause I've got a plan. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful, it's true. I saw your face in a crowded place, and I don't know what to do, 'cause I'll never be with you. I will never be with you.
During my stay in Australia, Uncle Frankie introduced me to an amazing gentleman by the name of Father John O'Neill. Father O'Neill was very keen to meet me, and I too was looking forward to meeting with him, and as promised, he took us on a whirlwind tour of the Australian Blue Mountain region and slightly beyond. Father John's knowledge and history of Australia was impeccable, and I couldn't have wished for such a fabulous guide, but more importantly, a wonderful man who has left a long and lasting impression upon me. Thank you for your time, Father O'Neill. I will cherish every second spent with you.
Then up onto the main part of the mountains. We're going to be right over there near Mountain Banks by the time we're finished. Oh, that'll be within about 20 minutes. It's a great road and a motorbike, this. Wow.
Yeah, excellent.
Well, the trouble is there's too many speed limits. I mean, they're unreasonable for motorbikes. You get 60, then 70, then 100, then 90, then 80, then 70. Oh, what a load.
That's what Laurie was saying yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah.
The other day.
We can do the 100. In the 1850s, early 1850s, they discovered gold out near Bathurst. It was already there as a town, but the big gold rush, you see. And lots of them would have walked. Some came in horses, carts, etc., all the rest.
Like the old gold rush in America.
But this was, countless people would have walked this road.
Just to mine gold.
Get out to Bathurst, yeah, for gold, yeah. Gold rush. That's the Australian population took off very much in the 1850s. It was just after they found gold here, of course, they found the very rich gold down around Ballarat in Victoria. And so you had migration, you had the convicts first, and then you had a number of people coming out because they found the place was quite promising from agriculture. But then once they found gold, even a lot came over from California and that, the 49ers. And then as a result of that, lots of the people were leaving their work on farms and that, and the wealthy landowners and squatters, as they used to call them, they just squat and say, that's mine.
Yeah, we had them in England, didn't we? Had the squat owners.
The squatters, yeah.
Beatniks.
Uprode the squatter mounted on his thoroughbred. Anyway, to get him back onto the land, they started to charge pretty heavy licenses, miners' licenses. And so there was an Irishman called Peter Layla, and supported by others, including an Italian Carboni, got sick of this, and because miners were getting into trouble for not paying their fees, which were exorbitant. Look at the greens through there now.
Yes.
And so they built a barricade, and they selected a flag, the Southern Cross, and they objected to the licensing, you see. And there was a battle went on for about 15 minutes or something, and a lot of miners were killed and wounded. About 1854, about 50 years after the uprising at Vinegar Hill, where that cemetery is, which incidentally was named after Vinegar Hill in Ireland, in Wexford, above the town of Enniscorthy, where the biggest battle of the 1798 uprising was. Anyway, as a result of that, the leader, Peter Layla, was wounded in the arm. I think it was amputated. But he finished up as Speaker of the House in Victoria.
Wow.
And the leaders of it were taken to court, but public outcry was so strong, they were all let off. And that was a big step. Those two incidents, 1804 and then 1854, both led by the Irish, had a lot to do with the establishment of democracy here, rather than simply setting up a system whereby the wealthy ones have all the land and you work for us. The uprising at Eureka Stockade, it was called. You might just see right there on the horizon some other trees that are not eucalypts. They're part of the towns and of the highway, the Great Western Highway that you came up the other day to Katoomba.
Oh.
You're looking there possibly at Mount Victoria. As I explained, there's only 2 roads over. So on the top of that ridge over there, just back a few miles from the edge of it, is the Great Western Highway, and the towns are on that. We've come over the Bell Road, which has no towns.
Let's do a zoom in on that.
Now later on in the day, we're going to see that valley from another angle when we come in off the Great Western Highway from the south this time to Govetts Leap. And you'll see all that again from another angle. It's even better slightly. Oh well, about the same. Different. We've now crossed the Blue Mountains pretty well. That's the tail end of them. We're about 50 miles wide. You're looking into the town of Lithgow. That's where the Australian iron and steel business started. Industry moved to Newcastle later. That was started by Hoskins brothers. We'll see their old church, Presbyterian Uniting now, I think they call it. Now, my mum and dad moved there in 1928 and lived there for 12 years. The 4 youngest members of our family were born there. The reason why the industry came there was because of coal. It's a coal mining town. It might put you in mind a little bit of Wales, boyo. So that's Lithgow. Another town which the Scots pinched off us, and there's a town called Lithgow in Scotland, I believe. Like the English, they're always pinching our names like Canterbury and Dulwich. So you're now looking out onto what they call the main range out there. Those further hills, it's the main part of the Great Dividing Range. Now beyond that, you drop down to the country towns of Cowra, Grenfell, and you're getting right out into the wheat and sheep country, another 100 miles or so. And you don't see water again until you go 2,500 miles to Perth.
So
there might be the odd bit of muddy pond, mate, but that's about it. Well, Annie's got the camera looking due west now. You can see the Great Western Highway. We're at the end of the Blue Mountains. You're looking out now onto the main range, the Great Dividing Range. That highway goes out on through the gap in the mountains that you can see where it drops down. Then if we start panning left, Andy, you're panning along the top of the main range. You get a lot of snow there in the winter. It does snow occasionally in Australia. It doesn't last though. And we're coming by pointing about a place called Hampton now. Beyond that is the town of Oberon, which is nice. Further south, as we move around, you go up down behind those hills to the wonderful world-famous Jenolan Caves. Now, as we're moving around, we're looking south in the Blue Mountains to the bottom, and you're coming across what are called a couple of names, the Wild Dog Mountains and the High Gangerangs. You can see those ones at the end there. There's Cloudmaker in the middle, and the little ones running up to it are called Rick, Rack, Roar and Rumble. Then you get the big gap there, and then we're coming back onto the Blue Mountains with their sandstone cliffs. Right now you're looking at Mount York. We'll be there later today. They had a great problem of how to get the stagecoaches down from there. The inn, which you can't see it on this, but the inn is still there, about 1820s, Collett's Inn. And if we keep coming around, we get past that gum tree that's there. Just above that is Mount Banks, where we stopped earlier and climbed up the top and got some lovely shots. Now you're looking due east, and over the other side of that ridge, that's the mountains, is the city of Sydney. And here endeth this little description. Oh, you'll notice come back a bit with it now. We're going to say a bit of a poem. You notice the country's not as green. Dorothea McKellar wrote a poem called My Country, and I can't remember it all, for which you'll be thankful, but it goes like this, starting in England. The love of field and coppice, of green and shaded lane, of ordered woods and gardens is running in your veins. Strong love of grey-blue distance, brown streams and soft dim skies. I know, but cannot share it. My love is otherwise. I love a sunburnt country, a land of sweeping plains, of ragged mountain ranges, of droughts and flooding rains. I love her far horizons. I love her jewel sea, her beauty and her terror.
the wide brown land for me. Now, having said that, if we can come back and pan down a bit to that village, we'll go down there. That's the village of Hartley. It's historic. There's a courthouse there, convict jails and cells, and there's a courthouse there, a lot of convicts, as you know, in the early days. And actually my two older brothers used to go out and serve mass there from Lithgow as altar boys years ago. So that's the village of Hartley, quite historic, and it's no one's allowed to touch that because it's of great historic value. Relics of those leg irons and all this sort of stuff, the convict days. Dad always told the story, it must have been while they lived at Lithgow. There was a party of tourists who came out here, and there was an Irish priest with them. This was a long ago, so he was brought up probably in the troubled times. And the tourists went in, and a visiting party, the priest sat out under a tree because it could have been that one there. In the shade, it was a hot day, and the guide came out and he said, "Oh, Father, you should come in and see all this. This is historic stuff." "I'm all right here," he said, "I'm all right." He said, No, he said, there's historic relics in here, there's convict leg irons. "I'm all right, I'm all right." And the guide persisted, the guide persisted, and the priest finally said to him, "My good man," being an Irishman, "my good man, I have no desire whatsoever to go in there and witness the relics of British barbarism."
Oh, blimey, yeah. That'd be right.